October 1985, witnesses uncover startling evidence along with first-hand encounters of an unidentified flying object over the skies of the Mount St. Helens National Monument. In 2006, a deserting soldier witnesses a paranormal apparition in the crypt of Decepticon warriors while being chased by his fellow soldiers. Our team of investigators capture shocking photographic evidence of a haunting in the warrior tomb. An Air Force commander in the Decepticon Army retells his frightful experience of being possessed by the spirit of a dead soldier and the following exorcism that took place on October 21st in the year 2006. Also tonight, an update on the case of an escaped mental patient who disappeared after his arch-rival was murdered. Megatron is now in custody, thanks to an anonymous tip received after a recent broadcast of the story. Join me, and you may be able to help solve a mystery. On the night of October 15th, 1985, something unusual was observed in the skies around the remote region of the Mount St. Helens National Monument in Washington State.
I was patrolling the area for unusual activity when I saw it. Right above these trees right here. A green object just floating there for a minute, and then it just disappeared.
Ironhide was a decorated war veteran and a skeptic, but even he admitted that he had no explanation for what he had seen that night.
Aliens? Beings from another world? That's just stupid. But what I seen was definitely real. Can't say what it was, but can't say it's aliens either. I called in to report it on the radio, but my signal was all jammed up.
But Ironhide wasn't the only credible witness to see a UFO that evening. During his attempts to contact the base, Officer Prowl intercepted a faint signal and went to investigate.
I had known Ironhide, and he seemed rattled. He would never call on a hoax. We get a lot of prank calls, from hikers and campers. They seem to think we've nothing better to do with our time than investigate reports like I was just bitten by a snake or mauled by a bear. It's not like we have time to go investigate every single little emergency. En route to Ironhide's location, I was buzzed by an object. I assumed it to be a military training exercise, but I took a few shots of it before it disappeared anyway.
An unidentified flying object is clearly visible in Officer Prowl's photos, but are they real? We took them to the experts to find out.
The electrograph spectrometer test determined the dimensions, density, and lighting of said object, and found that these photographs have not been altered. My findings rule out a frisbee or toilet seat, or a green plunger head. My conclusion is 99.765% positive that the object is indeed genuine. But as to its extraterrestrial origins, well, that cannot be determined.
It's totally fake. Any idiot can tell it's a cereal bowl or a green plunger head. That definitely looks like a green plunger head. Wait, what is that? Is that a nipple? That looks like a nipple.
Though the experts disagree, stories of a UFO crash landing at Mount St. Helens Base have been circulating for decades. It's been said that the 1980 quake unearthed the craft, and it was converted into a top-secret military facility codenamed the Ark, after the biblical Ark of Noah. Through our government informants, we obtained some startling satellite images of something located at Mount St. Helens Base. We took it to the experts for examination.
Definitely a facility, military in nature. There's a plethora of activity in this area here.
It's a fake. Just a trailer park or a bar mitzvah or something.
1 week after our interview with Ironhide, he called into our Unsolved Mysteries hotline and said he had completely fabricated his story.
I don't know nothing about no base, nor aliens, nor men in black. I don't believe in that conspiracy crap. I just had one too many Energon cubes afternoon while I was hunting. I was just confused, that's all.
Originally, he seemed confident, relaxed, but on the phone he's nervous, stressed. And here's another question. What was he patrolling and who was he patrolling for? My theory is he was working at or for the base but wasn't sure on the details, and the media got to him before they could shut him up. So they make him change his story afterward.
1 week after the call, his body was found dead in his trailer. According to police and FBI reports, the cause of death was accidental. Apparently, he had tried to stop a plasma cannon with his body.
It's obvious he was going to break silence and blow the whistle, and they got him first. Probably pushed him in front of the cannon.
He was most likely shot.
It's totally fake.
Or purposefully tripped him into it.
Hello? Shot?
Fake.
Trust no one. The truth is out there. Accidental death. Tragic thing to witness. It looked a lot like what I did to that last prank caller. Just kidding.
Besides Ironhide and Prowl, there have been hundreds of eyewitnesses in the last 25 years, but few have actually reported their experiences. One such witness recalls the details of his close encounter. As per his request, his face and voice have been disguised to protect his identity.
There's this ginormous spacecraft full of giant shape-shifting robots from the planet Cybertron. They let me and my friends help them, and hey, this now pull my boys out. I am a robot.
But not all of those that have come forward are totally insane. Powerglide, pilot and aviator for over 20 years, witnessed a similar object on multiple occasions during his flights over the Mount St. Helens area, and even claims to have been abducted.
This UFO would just appear alongside me. It looked like a big green jello mold, or a plunger head. It was there and then away it went.
We are here, Big Ten Uranus.
Powerglide was on a routine flight on October 10th, 1985 at 11:03 p.m. when his instrument suddenly went haywire and the sky in front of him went dark. He noticed a sulfuric smell in the air and eventually lost consciousness.
Boom! It smelled like the worst fart you can imagine. Like your deaf Aunt Edna cuts one at the family reunion, only she can't hear it, which makes it worse. When I came to, I was surrounded by these strange creatures. Even gave me this tattoo-looking thing. Oh, when they totally probed me in my rear exhaust porthole.
Beachcomber is a naturalist and was just out sightseeing when he spotted the exact same UFO.
I was just taking in the sights, man. Of grass, you know. All of a sudden there's this spaceship, man. And I'm like tripping out, right? And it was like, phew, gone, man. I took this totally awesome vid, man. I put it on YouTube and everything.
And even though he was obviously in a relaxed state and in close proximity to the object, with a high-quality camera, the video is still shaky, unfocused, and details are difficult to determine.
Obviously genuine.
That's a fake.
We also talked about the St. Helens sightings with Cosmos, an astronomer and space explorer.
There's definitely intelligent life out there, but I can neither confirm nor deny the existence of this saucer. But I'm sure if there was a saucer, it didn't look like a plunger head. It would probably be very high-tech and mucho cool looking, and I'm most certain that no one was probed in the rear exhaust portals, unless the abductee had been mucho especial, and it was done in a very gentle and tasteful, how you say, yes, consensual manner.
Despite all the first-hand eyewitness reports, expert analysis, photographic, satellite, and video evidence, our conclusion is surprisingly inconclusive. So what was in the skies over Washington State all those years? UFO? Experimental plane? Is there a top-secret military base within the Mount St. Helens volcano? Were there alien survivors from the alleged crash? Are there giant shape-shifting alien robots? Are they abducting and probing rear exhaust portholes? Are there any witnesses that aren't totally insane? We leave it for you to decide for yourselves. Coming up next, the haunting of the Warrior Tomb.